What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of Today in the NA. I'm Brandon Hofstra. We have plenty in store for today's episode, including an NAHL alumni making his NHL debut. We'll take a look at the NAHL players getting noticed by the NHL Central Scouting and some exciting matchups. But we'll talk about New Mexico as well with the Be a Buddy, Not a Bully campaign. But first, let's get into these NCAA commitments. Oklahoma defenseman Dominic Elliott made his commitment to play Division I college hockey for Robert Morris University. The 19-year-old from Allendale, Michigan, joined Oklahoma earlier in August, and he made his debut on Friday, October 13th. Elliott has played in 4 games this season for the Warriors, recording his first point last Friday against the Amarillo Wranglers. Colorado grit forward Romulus de Dios announced his commitment to further his education and hockey career at Air Force Academy in the Atlantic Hockey Conference. The Gahanna, Ohio native is playing in his rookie season with the new expansion team and currently leads the team in scoring with 5 goals and 8 points. Romulus is the second player on the inaugural Grit roster who has made an NCAA Division I commitment. Matthew Croxall of the Maryland Black Bears made his NCAA commitment to play for the College of Holy Cross. The 17-year-old from Chicago, Illinois, is playing in his first season of junior hockey and first in the NAHL, accruing 5 goals and 10 points across 16 games so far this season. Croxall has recorded a point in 9 of his first 16 games in a Black Bear sweater. He is the 9th player on Maryland's roster that will be playing Division I hockey in the future. In news outside of the NAHL, a former Bismarck Bobcat hit the ice in an NHL sweater for the first time. Hunter Shepard made his NHL debut on Wednesday for the Washington Capitals against the New Jersey Devils. The 2015-16 NAHL Goaltender of the Year also picked up his first win where he tallied 18 saves. The 27-year-old native of Cohasset, Minnesota played in 94 regular season games, all with the Bismarck Bobcats, posting a record of 54, 26, and 9. Shepard went on to win 2 national championships with the University of Minnesota at Duluth, and just last season won the Calder Cup with the Hershey Bears in the American Hockey League and won playoff MVP. Congratulations again to Hunter, his family, and the Bismarck organization on such an achievement. Along with Hunter, many other NAHL alumni made their notable impacts at levels beyond the North American Hockey League. Zach Stextall and Ludwig Pearson, both former NAHL alumni, continued their success in the blue paint as they earned NCHC Co-Goaltenders of the Week awards. Stextall notched his first NCAA shutout on Friday against the in-state rival Bemidji State Beavers and finished the weekend with 9 shorthanded saves and an NCHC best 1.99 goals against average. Pearson, a former Brahma, backstopped the University of North Dakota in a split with the number 1 ranked Minnesota Gophers in Grand Forks. Pearson stopped all but one of the 22 shots faced in North Dakota's Saturday night win. Former Philadelphia Rebel Aaron Bollinger also had a strong weekend for his squad, picking up 3 assists and 7 blocked shots for UMass in their weekend sweep over Minnesota State. The former NAHLers Chris Hedden, Jake Barcheski, Kyle Loft, Jake Seibel, and Nick Strom also picked up weekly NCAA honors. Huge shout out to those guys for excelling at the next level, but we'll take a look over in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the Ice Wolves are underway with their Be a Buddy, Not a Bully campaign in conjunction with the league's anti-bullying initiative. The team partnered with local restaurants on an anti-bullying campaign in the Albuquerque community, committing to bring awareness to the issue of bullying and to communicate and promote the message of acceptance, support, and inclusion. The event included a coloring contest for kids and an overall message that bullying is not okay. Moving right along, on Wednesday, the NHL Central Scouting released its preliminary prospects to watch list for the 2024 NHL Draft for eligible players, and 11 players with NAHL ties were recognized. The list includes 9 players that are currently playing in the NAHL this season and 2 former players who are now playing in another league who all played in the NAHL during the 22-23 season. The Chippewa Steel boasts 2 players from that list as goaltender A.J. White and forward Alex Lunsky both turned heads at the NAHL Showcase, where over 50-plus NHL scouts, including those from NHL Central Scouting, were on hand. A.J. White holds a 5-2 record with a .918 save percentage for the Chippewa squad that sits second in the Midwest Division. University of St. Thomas commit Alex Lunsky has played in 12 games for the Steel so far, recording 3 goals and 6 points in those games. For Lewis Wayman and defenseman Keaton Ori, both St. Cloud Norsemen, also have been recognized. Wayman, a rookie out of Minnesota, has 4 goals and 3 assists through 11 games played so far, highlighted by a 2-point night in a 6-3 win 2 weekends ago over the Bismarck Bobcats. Ori, also a Minnesota native, has 2 points through 12 games played so far with the Norsemen. Alongside those 4 guys recognized are 5 more current NAHLers, including Springfield's Bobby Bartell, Minnesota's Brant Doobie, Philadelphia's Lucas Furston, Rochester's Mitch Nidell, and Bismarck's Stefan Peck. Keep an eye out for all of those players throughout the season as they continue to turn heads and potentially see their names called at the 2024 NHL Draft. Last weekend, we saw plenty of games go the extra distance and new teams take over the lead of their divisions. Let's take a look at some of the weekend matchups we look forward to seeing. The Springfield Junior Blues and Kenai River Brown Bears will continue their weekend series up in Alaska after finishing Game 1 last night. The Brown Bears come off a weekend split at home against the Wisconsin Wendigo, while the Junior Blues headed into last night on a 4-game win streak and look to continue that success throughout Friday and Saturday night's contests. The first place Austin Bruins and second place Minot Minotauros will face off in a division showdown at Riverside Arena on Friday and Saturday night. The visitors come off a weekend sweep over the St. Cloud Norsemen, while the Bruins have split their previous 2 weekend matchups against the Bobcats and Wings. Finally, the Wranglers will be heading north to take on the third-place Oklahoma Warriors for a 3-game set on Friday through Sunday. The Wranglers defended home ice last weekend in a 2-game sweep over the Warriors in Amarillo. Keep an eye out on this series as the 2 teams will face off 5 games in a row now, while the Wranglers work to improve on their 3-game winning streak. As always, you can stay up to date with the North American Hockey League and exclusively watch games on NAHLTV.com, your home for everything that is the North American Hockey League. You can head over to our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube pages as well, or for stats, whatever else you're looking for, head over to NHL.com. To end this episode, the North American Hockey League is deeply saddened by the recent tragic events in Lewiston, Maine. All Maine Nordique players and coaches are safe, but there are others in that community, their families, that have been affected. Please keep everyone in your thoughts and prayers.